As a Wheel of Fortune contestant who strictly plays from their living room couch, I think it's safe to say we've all had our moments where we believe we could win Wheel of Fortune and take home the cash and prizes the show gives away. How many times have you found yourself screaming at the TV because the puzzle is just so obvious? Or lamented the contestants for choosing a letter that is so clearly not a good choice? But there are actually a lot of things that go into winning the show, more than just being good at solving the puzzles. And subsequently, there's a lot that can play against you and cause you to lose right when the win is in your grasp. The entire point of Wheel of Fortune is to spin the wheel and earn the fortune by guessing correct letters. There are some big numbers on the wheel, so the money can add up pretty quickly depending on how good you are at guessing letters. But there are some bad things on the wheel. There's the lose a turn wedge, which skips your turn and moves to the next person, and potentially ruins your chance of solving the puzzle at all. But the true nightmare wedge is the bankrupt wedge. As the name suggests, the bankrupt wedge completely drains the contestant who lands on winnings for the round, meaning you could be hovering at a cool $20,000 and suddenly be back at $0. It's brutal. Even more brutal is that in some foreign versions of Wheel of Fortune, there is a super bankrupt wedge which not only takes out your winnings from the current round, but previous rounds as well. It's so harsh, and any time a contestant gets remotely close to the bankrupt wedge, everyone holds their breath. It's not to be messed with. During the express round, a contestant can choose to repeatedly shout out correct consonants for a steady earning of $1,000. It's a wedge on the wheel that not everyone chooses to play, but is quite fun to watch when it gets played. However, it provides some risk, because if you miss a letter you lose your turn, and your fellow contestants are allowed to spin the wheel again. This is especially risky depending on how far you get into the express round and how many correct letters you've called. If you've revealed a lot of the puzzle and made it easier to solve, it's more likely your opponents will get it before the turn gets back to you, which is why a lot of people don't take the risk of playing the express wedge. On a similar note, failing to solve the puzzle will result in the turn getting passed to the next contestant. A lot of times when this happens, the contestant just narrowly misses the solve, either by messing up a word or letter, or saying it wrong, like in the before and after category. When this is the case, it usually tips off the next contestant to the correct answer and allows them to take the solve for themselves. If you make it to the bonus round, then you've already done pretty well on the show, but the bonus round is where most people have a hard time because it's just plain hard. You're given a puzzle under a category of your choice, but unlike in the regular game, where you get to call out as many letters as you'd like, you're limited to 3 consonants and 1 vowel. There are plenty of ways you can lose in the bonus round, the first being by failing to solve the puzzle, which lately has been happening more and more. The show gives contestants the letters R, S, T, L, N, and E, alongside their own chosen 4 letters, but sometimes the puzzle is so sparse that those letters don't help at all, and it's just impossible to solve. Not to mention, contestants are on a time limit of 10 seconds, so there isn't much time to think about it when it is so sparse on the board. This is where the bonus round also loses people. Yes, you can fail to solve it, but you can also just plain run out of time or not give any guesses at all because you clammed up due to the timer. The bonus round is tricky, and there's a reason it's the last stop on Wheel of Fortune. It's the hardest to beat. So kudos if you make it there, and extra kudos if you win it.